Okay, which one's this? We're going to elections. Was pretty screwy the last two elections. The people in Tarrant County in the county room are pretty screwy too. You look at who's working in there and what's going on. There's a lot of questions about that. I have no proof of voter fraud, no proof of machine malfunctioning, but we do have, without a doubt, there's something wrong. In the last two elections in District 5, the election before the last one, the votes dropped by 50% across the board. Should have been around, at least around 6,000 votes. It was around 3,000. That's a 50% drop when they have been going up and up and up for the last four elections. Cycle goes up and up. It keeps adding because we get more people. We keep growing. So that was peculiar, how it could drop that much. And I'm not sure about my votes. They should have been higher, I believe, but I don't really have anything to jump up and down on. Mine were over 600 votes. And the election before that one, they were 600 votes. It might have been going up and up. So my second time went up, but not very much. And maybe that might have been higher too, maybe. I'm not sure. But at least we can really solidly say that there's something wrong when 50% across the board. 3,000 votes, a little over 3,000. That's a big drop at one time for that many people to decide not to. But then you come to the next election, our last election, my votes dropped by 90%, from 600 and something to 67. That's too many for me to buy that there's not something wrong. There's something wrong, I believe, and so do a lot of other people. So, three things. One, either there's voter fraud, that's where I got my money at, but there's only an opinion. Two, the machines malfunctioning. Three, people stop voting. They just stop voting because I just can't buy that many votes to drop and between one election without some kind of indication if I was brought up on charges of fraud or something, or something, but nothing. With no indication of anything that my vote should drop that much. It's hard to buy that. So what I did was I filed a suit to annul that election, the last one. Just annul it. Let's do it again because of numbers alone. If a doctor takes your temperature and it drops by 50%, he may not be able to tell you what's wrong, but he can tell you there's something wrong. And tests needs to be done to find out what it is. And that's what we want to do. It's exactly what I offered in my first with the courts to pay all fees too, to pay everything. That we want to annul this election and have it redone in District 5, and we want to use paper ballots and done with paper ballots. So that's what we want done, so that we can find out whether it's the machines or what. We can narrow down. This will help us narrow down whether it's the number of people voting or that it will help to clarify somewhat. We can get a better picture of what's going on. We do need to address this issue. Regardless, we need to address it. We can't have machines malfunctioning, we can't have voter fraud, and we can't have people not voting anymore. So we have to address this issue. So, and I'm fighting with the lawyers about this. They're praying to God that we don't get to do this, what it says on there. I don't understand that either. How can they put that on a piece of paper that they pray to God that my case will be dismissed? When I'm not even asking for us to do a redo to fix something. That's it. We're not suing anybody. We're not accusing anybody. So, but anyway, it's gone to went to the appeals, and I just now got a letter the other day, and it tells me what I need to do here, which I'm going to post it up there. You can see it. So it looks like they hadn't denied my request for an appeal, because on the elections, what happened with the attorneys, the city attorneys, when I filed for the annulment, the city attorneys stated that I'm in the wrong ballpark. I'm filing they're suing against the wrong parties. I'm not in the right area. And I don't exactly buy that. Anyway, so that's why I appealed. But the judge dismissed on Rule 91A, and that. So, but I appealed it and made my argument that a woman in Kingsville, Texas, sued the city to overturn the commissioner's election. So I failed to see much difference. I think I'm in the right ballpark. And apparently, and if I was in the wrong ballpark from the beginning, I believe this letter from the appeal court would have been denial. They wouldn't even bother giving me, if I am not in the right area, and they can clearly see that it's written in black and white, well, they'll just shut it down right there. I believe that's what they would do. We wouldn't be going this far on up. So I don't think. But anyway, I am supposed to send some more information in by the 28th, it's asking me to do, and then they'll have a briefing on that on Thursday. So I'm not out of the water yet, but we're moving forward with that. So, and I got some time to think about that.